Okay, ready?
And then everything else is just like it always is.
Okay, cool. Can I get?
What are you giving me that look for? Can I get mic checks on you guys real quick, please?
Check 1, 2,
Do you know
and
what
7.
12:01 means? That's late. It's
That's
late.
20 minutes early.
No, it's not early. God, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I have
I
a
seriously don't get
19-year-old
it.
and a 22-year-old, and believe me, it's she's here. She made it. You got your intro?
Yep.
I love it. Yep,
Yep.
I'm reading it right now.
All right.
I've already read it, but I just wanted to.
Okay.
I didn't know we were videotaping this today. I look like a slob, but
Yeah, so do I. Wait, we're videotaping?
yeah,
Whatever.
they're video.
I dressed
No.
up. I got
I know,
ready.
you did.
You're all like here. I'm like,
a
I got
rock
lipstick
star.
on.
No.
me
Okay.
too.
Yeah, all right.
And
All right.
eyeliner.
We should start. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
Am I calling him before we start?
No, we're
No,
gonna
you're-
call him in about like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. He's sitting on hold.
Now, do
So-
you need this or?
Yeah, just in
Okay.
case something
Okay,
happens with
just 'cause
Skype, just so I have it.
He only wanted Greg to call, so I just want to make sure.
That's okay. We'll just say I called.
Yeah, he can't see it.
He can't
well,
see
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
sort
It
of.
doesn't
When-
matter. There's no way in the world I could call him, so the computer has to call him. So he'll have to deal with that.
Okay.
Just let him know I don't want to call him, so it's totally fine.
Right. She's nervous calling you. Eddie, she didn't want to call you anyway.
All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Tell me you love me, I need a good laugh. I'm holy water, you need a good bath. Whiskey and perfume, you had a nightcap. Now how about that? I've got a new friend, a perfect stranger. He's got a bullet with your name in the chamber. I'm body Yorkin, rearranger. You feel my danger. This time of bitch,
There you go.
Come on. Who is
you
this?
say
Me.
I know it is.
Oh, I was like, wait, it's me.
I knew it was you. The bullet in the chamber. Nice. That'd be Raquel, everyone. Like it.
What time is it? It's Nooner time. Welcome to the Nooner Show with J-Dubs and Rocky.
And Nora.
We're broadcasting live from the Podcast Detroit studios in rockin' Royal Oak, Michigan. Be sure to find us at PodcastDetroit.com. It's Nooner time. Somebody bring me a mirror.
It's hump day.
Happy hump
Happy
day.
hump day. And guess what?
I know what that means now.
You do.
Yeah, she taught me that last week.
Yeah. Greg, and we taught you last week because Greg Stryker is back
Yes.
in the
good.
house.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you.
so
We
much,
had
Rocky.
so much
Thanks for
Thank
clapping.
fun
you.
last week.
Thanks for texting.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
No, I'm
hey,
I'm
we're gonna
posting a
call
link
you-
on my Instagram to the show right now.
Okay,
so
yeah, better late
I'm
than
working.
never.
Don't
better,
worry.
Yeah,
I'm
better
working.
late than never, right, Rocky? Should've
I don't
been
know
posted
what
an
you're
hour
talking
ago.
about.
Okay, but anyway, so last week we had Greg Stryker in the house, and it was a great interview. And
was
I
a
just
blast.
kind of want to talk a little bit about how the universe works. So. One of the things that I absolutely loved about your interview last week is just how transparent you are, because for those of us that are not musicians, we're not entertainers, we don't stand up on stage and have all these people cheer. We're mesmerized by people like you because it seems like it's just a life of fun and it's easy and glamorous, and you were so real about telling us, the struggles and the downside of the business and really how difficult this journey is to pursue.
Sure is.
So it was a great interview. The link is up. You got to check it out. Greg is also a songwriter, and he, if you are interested in having co-writing or learning or just having him help you start with some new songs, he does have a business that he does do that, and you can get a hold of him. His link is up on our page, or you can go to Greg Stryker Facebook and message him. And yeah, I mean, you have some amazing talent. Work
thank
with you
Thank
because
you.
you've worked with some amazing people. So one of the things that happened was
We had a little turn of events. We
Yes.
always talk about connecting the dots on the
Yes.
show, and it's a big part of when we interview people.
Right.
You know, we tell them to connect the dots. Looking back on their successes, connect the dots to where you're at today. So
Right.
here's a little connect the dots for you, okay? So we had today was open. We were going to take today off because on Saturday we had we interviewed the guys from Rocks TV, which is their guys. They have this great channel and website and everything, and they promote all underground music. Okay. So Casper, Bob, and Sid, we were out with them and T Money Green at the shipping yard over the weekend.
In Detroit.
In Detroit. So we were on T Money's show, and so we were going to post it on Wednesday. We saved this day for us to have, to broadcast that show. So
And normally we schedule 3 to 6 months.
yeah, we're booked through the new
we
year.
never really
So-
have an opening right away.
And I get 2 in a row.
So this guy, okay,
Mr.
this guy over
Striker.
here,
This guy over here.
okay,
Striker. Great
yes,
Striker.
he says to us when we're leaving last Wednesday, he said, I think I could probably get Eddie Money on your show.
Yeah. And we're
And-
like, yeah, okay,
yeah,
cool.
we're like, okay,
All right,
all right,
thanks. Yeah.
And then 2 days later, was it 2 days later he
about
calls
2
you?
or 3 days later,
Yeah.
he calls. It says, I have a guest for you. And of course, I'm not thinking Eddie Money. I know he's connected to a ton of people. So
Yeah.
I said, who? He said, Eddie Money. I'm like, no way. You got to be kidding me. I was even scared to post it because
I
this
was
is not going to
I
happen.
was just going to pretend to be Eddie Money. That's what
Yeah.
I was going to do. I was going to, hey, it's Eddie Money over here.
Oh, you sound
What's
just
going
like
on today?
him,
You guys
too.
I should have saved all that money. I should have sold all those records.
You sound just like him. Well, we're going to get him on the phone right,
right.
now because I know you've been talking to him all morning.
All morning.
And I actually got to talk to him on the phone just a few minutes before the show started. So
She did very good.
I'm
Did
really
she?
excited
Yeah,
about
she was
that.
I know,
awesome.
we were really nervous.
We're
Yeah,
very,
there's-
very nervous. So.
You opened up for him. That was awesome. Then
That
connect the
was-
dot.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
You're
never
sitting
connected
here with
that is
that.
crazy, yeah.
That was like the
So-
start of you getting where
yeah,
you're rolling.
right.
That was
you
the
know?
That was
kickstart to my
definitely-
momentum. Yeah,
Right.
for
Yeah,
sure.
which we have
Right.
to bring up
Yeah,
to
I know.
him
I do want to. Because
today.
I doubt he remembers me. But
No, I talked to him about you.
oh, did you?
Oh, yeah, he remembers
I
you.
have a funny. Well, before we get him on the show, though, I do have to say.
No, let's do it once we get him on.
Okay.
So we
well,
can-
No, I
Okay,
don't want.
wait,
I don't
wait,
want
wait,
Eddie
wait.
to know this part though.
So we're gonna call him and then we're gonna explain the format and then you're gonna do the intro.
Okay. Are
This
we
is
on?
the behind the scenes here. We're still rolling
Okay.
here.
All right.
And oops, sorry, I didn't mean to.
So
is
are
he-
we on the air?
Yeah, we're on the
we're
air.
on the air. Okay.
On there.
Is
I was about to.
hello?
talk shit.
Hello,
Hi, Eddie Money here. How you guys doing? Okay?
Mr. Money.
Eddie, what's up, buddy? Striker here.
Striker Jackie Wallace and Rocky Wallace.
Hello.
And our wonderful technician here, Jessica, is in the house as well. So thank you for allowing us to interview you
Right.
today. I know it's early where you're at, but before we get started, we want to go ahead and just set up the show for the listeners today. Our segment is called, the show's called The Nooner Show, and our segment every week is
Right.
called
I saw that.
What's the Wish, What's the Way, and What's in the Way? And we interview people every week about how they figure out what their calling is or their purpose is and how they pursue it. And nobody's done that more successfully than Eddie Money. So, Rocky, can you introduce our guest?
All right. So
Okay, great.
we had to shorten this intro a little bit from what we originally had written,
That's
but
okay.
figuring out what your purpose and then using it to change the world is what many people dream of doing. Some 50 years ago today, a young New York City police officer put his career on hold to follow the song in his heart. That decision to leave a world of certainty to enter a world of uncertainty proved to be his calling. We are talking about multi-platinum recording artist with over 20 million records sold, Mr. Eddie Money.
Woo!
Welcome to the show, Mr.
Well,
Money.
thank you guys. I really thought it. What a great little intro. I wish my wife was a fan.
Well, we have the full intro on our
Yes, the
on our
full
site,
intro
but
is- yeah, and even that had to be shortened
I
down
know.
because with everything you have going on,
Right.
and congratulations on your hit reality show now. So you're a rock icon and now rock star reality show, Real Money, which was renewed for a second season by Access TV. And I'm excited to get into that and talk about everything else because I know you've got a musical, you've got a new album in the works, which we get to hear 3 of the songs today. We're going to play
That's
those.
very exciting.
But for people that don't know,
I'm
especially
very happy. I'm very happy about putting my songs on the air. I mean, nobody's heard it. And if any city in the world I would want to debut my new album, it would have to be Detroit.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's
I love
Hey, this
Detroit.
is
It's
awesome.
an honor you don't even
I mean,
understand that you've
yeah.
just bestowed upon
this
us.
Yeah.
is a big
This is
honor.
huge.
But take us to a little bit, give us a little bit of the backstory for the people that don't know, because in Detroit, you are synonymous with the start of summer. Like the calendar needs to be redone here in Detroit because it's not when school's out. It's not in June. It's when Eddie Money shows up. That is the start of
It's
summer.
an Eddie Money summer.
It
Yep.
is an Eddie Money summer. I mean, that's what it is. My daughter, Olivia, has been going to your concert, skipping school, her friends skipping school in high school to go to because that was the start of summer. And it's amazing to me that year after year, all these different generations celebrate the same way here in Detroit when you come in town. And they all know your lyrics. But take us back to, how did you get into music before we fast forward to where you're at today?
Well, I found out the best way to date the cheerleaders in high school, if you were too skinny to play football, is be in the rock band. I was in the rock band in high school. We were called the Great Surratt, and I had a wonderful time. Then I went on the police department, but my band moved out to California, and they really wanted me to move out to California and be the lead singer and become famous. Of course, that never happened. And I quit the police department. My father was patrolman of the year. They weren't too happy about that, but I moved out to California. And then eventually I got a deal from Columbia Records and Bill Graham was actually my manager, the legendary Bill Graham. And
Right.
We did a show. It was called Sounds of the Cities, and they videotaped it. And we had Baby Hold On and Everybody Rock, a lot of great songs. And then I got a record deal, and the rest is all history. But I've been doing this for so long. And but I tell you, I started playing Detroit back in like 1976. I was very good friends with the MC5.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
MC5.
Yeah.
And the guys from Grand Funk Railroad, Mark Pafano and I were really good friends. I'm very good friends with Anita Baker. And to have a Bob Seger sitting in the audience, or a Kid Rock or Anita Baker coming to your show. I tell you, what could you ask for? I couldn't ask for anything more.
Right.
And then,
Amazing.
and then you get me there too, Eddie.
Yeah, and then Greg Stryker in the audience. Well, when you go back and you look at that, because there's so many people that we interview that are aspiring musicians that would, just dream of having that. When you went out to California, did you set out to have this kind of career? Did you think this was possible, or did you hesitate at all that it was maybe a far-fetched dream?
Well, when I first got out to California, I was trying to get back on my parents' good side, which was very tough. My father was a cop.
Oh, I know about that.
So I started working at J.C. Penney's, and I couldn't believe it. I was a receiving clerk out there. And you know the white sales, all these sheets they have at J.C. Penney's? I was ready to shoot myself. It was a very hard job. And then I thought to myself, I might as well get back into rock and roll. So I met a couple of guitar players that played for the legendary John Lee Hooker out of Berkeley, California.
Wow.
And I joined that band, and eventually became hired a great guitar player. And we sold about 32 million albums. I should have saved the money. Who knew, huh?
Wow. Wow. What? How do you think? What was the secret? How did you have you stayed relevant like this? For so long, and now venturing into different things. What is the secret?
You got to come up with something that people can relate to. I mean, who wouldn't want 2 tickets to paradise? Who doesn't want to take somebody at home tonight? Who doesn't think they're in love? I mean, all my lyrics, they're all about the average American people, but my fans. I write a lot of songs in the third person, and I've had a lot of hits, and it's been. I tell you, the last time I did a show in Detroit, I got a perfect story for you. I was singing 2 tickets to paradise, and the place was packed to the rafters. And I looked down, and this very attractive young lady, I noticed that she was crying.
Oh, wow.
I mean, eye makeup was running down her cheeks like a little girl that lost a puppy. So I was singing 2 tickets. I couldn't talk to her, but when the guitar solo came around, I bent down. I said, "Hey, baby." She said, "You're standing on my fingers."
I thought you were going to say maybe she
Profound.
Yeah, something really profound
That's
here.
amazing. So
Okay.
Well, so I gotta say, so you probably don't. I'm sure you don't remember me. You meet people all the time, but I opened for you years ago, and my band did at the time. And that for me was such like meeting you, and you were just like, you picture. I think of Eddie Money, and I think, okay, untouchable.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna look him in the eye.
Right,
like I'm,
right, right.
I am this peon nobody here from Detroit, and meeting you were just so gracious and so kind to us, and meeting you and performing on stage and sharing the stage with you and being able to say that was such a pivotal moment for me and something I will never forget.
Right.
Did you have an experience like that when you were coming up? Like,
I remember that. I remember that night. To tell you the truth, I think the reason I was so nice to you is because you were kicking ass out there. You guys had a great show that night.
oh well, thank you.
Wow.
I know.
That's-
I'm gonna
wow.
save this recording forever.
Yeah, save this recording and put it on your phone so when you're down.
I remember coming up and talking to you and thanking you because you guys really, when you got an opening act that was as good as you guys, everybody's gonna really love the show. It was really a fantastic show.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first night that was the first night I ever got on stage with you, Eddie.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was the same night.
Right.
So was there an artist or an experience like that for you that kind of just was like a pivotal moment in your career, like
When you
early
were
on?
coming up.
Yeah, like in your come up.
I got to tell you the truth. I've been listening to music from Detroit since I'm about 11 or 12 years old. There was a band called Terry Knight and the Pack. And then they did all these great songs like I Don't Have Nothing and all these great songs. And then Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, who I idolized like you would never believe, they started doing all these Terry Knight and the Pack songs. So, to me, my connection with Detroit, just like Greg Stryker. Greg Stryker is an amazing writer. He works with Cracker. He's a sweetheart of a guy. He's got his white dad. He's got a really pretty girlfriend.
Thank you. I hope she's listening.
Yeah. What was it about Greg when you met him? Because I know you've met a lot of people, but what was it about Greg that you knew was a good connection and someone to work with?
I met him down in Florida. And then when he started playing guitar, we were in somebody's basement, and I really realized that the kid was not only a good guitar player, he was a good lyricist, and his voice really matched well with mine. And we started singing a lot of harmonies and a lot of work. And I don't know, we've been friends for over 20 years. We've been friends a long time.
Yeah, we've been friends a long time. And let me tell you this. Eddie. I got to tell you, I should have saved the money.
We'll smack him for you, okay?
Right.
Thank you so much. I love you, brother. I really appreciate you being here today.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I got a couple of friends of mine, a couple that I know that live in Detroit, and they actually used to work for the circus. They worked for the greatest show on earth.
Wow.
And I know that they told me that they wanted to adopt a child. So they went down to the adoption scene. The lady was really super uptight, an old lady behind the desk. And she said, we don't really think that circus is too conducive, for raising children. And the guy thought about it. He said, I really beg to differ. The kid would be great in mathematics for adding up tickets. And the wife said, the kid would be great in geography because everybody in the circus is from all over the world. We got a doctor called 24 hours a day. Why wouldn't it be conducive to raise children? And the lady turned around and said, well, we kind of considered, do you guys want to adopt a boy or a girl? And he said, that doesn't make any difference as long as the kid can fit in the cannon.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, come on.
That's my favorite joke.
And I'm thinking,
That's my favorite joke
who's
of all.
here in Detroit?
I love that joke.
Wanted to go in the
I
circus.
use that joke every day now. People laugh
Oh,
so hard at it.
That's
it's very
too funny. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit to this record that you have coming out. Do you have is there a release date?
Well, I finished using Waddy Mattel, who's a guitar player for Stevie Nicks and Joe Wolf, and Keith Richards, a great guitar player. And what this is the record I got coming out right now is a combination of really great songs. I think this record's almost as good as, maybe even as big as the No Control record. I mean, that's so
huge.
big today.
Wow.
Yes, that's huge.
It's all about my life. I mean, it's about, I wanted to write a song about what it's like to be married and have kids and be in the business and stuff like that. And Then I wrote another song called Just the Way That We Roll. And I remember fighting with my wife one night, and of course she called the cops on me, and I wound up in the back of a cop car.
But hey, Eddie, though, I want to tell you, I remember the moment that you were on your TV show singing her that song from your car. I've never laughed so hard in my life. That was so funny. She's looking at you like, no, that's not going to fly. But I just listened to it, and it's amazing. I can't wait for you to play it on the air here.
Well, what song? We're going to start with One More Soldier. Right?
One More Soldier come on, the song that I put together with Greg. Now, Greg, what I really liked about Greg is my brother served in Vietnam. I've got nephews that have been in the service. And Greg is very close to military. Just like I was very close to military. You know, we did the video. And I thought the song One More Soldier, we kind of rewrote it to make it about everybody. And it's one of my favorite songs that I do live. And then I'm also the ambassador for Pets for Vets.
Right.
So if anybody buys a T-shirt of my show, a lot of the money will go to Pets for Vets, which is a great organization.
Yeah.
They take care of they teach these dogs who they're putting to sleep, and you see them on TV, the ASPCA freezing with the chains around the necks. Well, what they do is they teach these dogs how to take care of these wounded veterans, and it's a great organization.
That sounds like
amazing.
a great organization. So let's right now take a little station break, and we're going to play One More Soldier, and this is Eddie Money.
And we'll be right back with Eddie.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
I heard the news today. You're finally coming home.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie, we're going to be back right after the song. Can you hear the music?
Can you hear it?
You went up to
All right, good deal. All right.
what you went there for.
It sounds amazing, Ed. Sounds great here.
For to keep our country strong.
Very cool.
But they never see it coming. When they hit that
Hey, Eddie.
battlefield running,
No, they can't hear you right now, Eddie. Well, until the song's done.
one more
Let the song play, then they can hear
Okay,
you.
great.
All right, sounds good.
coming back from the fight. One more hero. 'Cause he fought for what was right. And we salute you
That's beautiful.
for the courage you have shown. One more soldier's coming home. Mama always said that you'd become a man, but why'd you have to go away? Daddy is so proud, and like they always say, like you, he chose the soldier's way in Vietnam. All your friends are gathered around you, and your comrades, they salute you, yeah. One more soldier coming back from the fight. One more hero, 'cause he fought for what was right. We salute you for the courage you have shown. One more soldiers coming home. All the people waving flags when they greet you at the airport gate.
Should be able to. I see it bouncing in here. He's got to be in the wrong studio.
Will be
Yeah.
a dry eye in the place, but there's still hope
Whatever's
in your daughter's
Showing up in
face.
here.
It's happening. Yeah.
As she runs into your arms.
Man, that scared the shit out of me. Okay, then.
One more soldier
Yeah. Well, he's in LA, too.
coming back from
So,
the
who
fight.
knows? Maybe it's a
One
delay.
more hero.
Yeah, no, he's on the wrong studio. Tell him to go to Studio 1.
I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Salute you for the courage you have shown.
We've got about 20 seconds.
When more soldiers finally home. I heard the news today.
Got 5
Finally
seconds.
coming home.
3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Love it, Eddie.
Oh,
It sounds
yeah.
beautiful. I love the
Gosh,
new version.
It sounds amazing.
Amazing.
I got to tell you, I send that out. I meet so many veterans, and I meet parents with their kids over there in Afghanistan and Europe and stuff like that. And it's really great to give back to these people that have so valiantly served our country, including your brother, Greg. Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah. My brother was 30 years in. He just passed away.
Oh.
So yeah,
Wow.
30 years, a full bird colonel.
I bring that up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of friends in the military. I mean, the military is just, we got the greatest country in the world. But I'll tell you, the reason we got the greatest country in the world is because we've got a very strong military.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I wouldn't trust those Russians as far as I could throw them.
Night. Puta.
So now
Right.
you are also your reality show. Let's talk about that because it's part of Access TV, and it's a glimpse inside life with a rock star and his family. And I love how you talk about your kids and call them dysfunctional. So was that a hard transition, or like for your family, especially your wife, to have a camera around all the time?
Well, to tell you the truth, I mean, the kids, they drive me nuts. And Desmond's got his own band. And now his girlfriend's living with us, too. And she's over in Turkey visiting her parents. I don't know what's going on. But I got 5 kids in the house. And we got 9 dogs. I just know my wife just got another great Dane puppy, which is amazing. But, I mean, it's very busy. But, the reality show, I met this guy, Mark Cuban.
Right.
And one thing I liked about Mark Cuban, number one, I'm a big basketball fan. He owns the Dallas Mavericks. But he just took the time to come out with me and met my wife. It was really nice to my kids. And a lot of people really think and Sammy Hager's a very good buddy of mine. And he talked me into doing the show. And a lot of people think the show is really funny. And I thought that some of the show was really funny. I liked it when we did the horse riding episode. And I was standing next to the horse, and I gave the horse an apple. And I turned around and said to the horse, "Why are you so bummed out? Why the long face?" I was talking to the horse, but there's a lot of funny stuff in the show. What I did is I did the show because I want to help the kids out. Desmond's got a career.
Oops.
And then I criticized the kids because I wanted to be good. And my wife said to me, "Quit picking on the kids. What are you, Joe Jackson, for Christ's sake?"
Oh, jeez. How did you feel when your kids decided that they wanted to pursue entertainment for a career?
I'll tell you the truth. This guy, Donnie Cromer, who's my bass player, Desmond, I had no idea. Desmond started writing songs, and next thing I know, he wanted to hook up with Donnie, my bass player. I was on the road. I knew nothing about it. And then he was working with Donnie, and I came home, and he gave me this tape that he did. And there was about 4 or 5 songs in it. And I tell you, I just sat down and almost cried.
Wow.
I said, my kid is so talented. And I never pushed him into it. I never worked with him. I never played music with any of my kids. But they went out on their own. Jessica's an excellent singer.
Yes,
Amazing
we've
singer.
seen
Julian's
her.
a great
Amazing
drummer.
singer.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
What advice did you give them
But I hate.
about the music business, like to prepare them?
I told him, why don't you go back to school and try to become a dentist?
Or a police officer, right?
Well, sure.
Wow.
No, I mean, it's good that they're out there having fun, and it's a lot of fun getting on stage and playing with Jessica and having Desmond do a couple of songs
Right.
and have Julian on drums. My wife. I thought that plus I like using the kids because I can always rip them off. I can't rip off my regular kids.
Great.
Oh gosh, he's dad at heart here.
If my one, I said to my wife, she said to me, "Dad, you owe me $400 for the show." I said, "Go talk to your mother." I'm not gonna say that.
So it's like every other family,
Yeah.
then, right? go talk to your mom. Go
Right.
talk to your dad. what?
And I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago, and because I lost all this weight. Everybody said, you lost weight, you look amazing. I said, well, that's great. I stepped on the scale. I started on the heavier side. And the doctor had me get on the scale. I said, so what are you bitching about? Look at all the weight I'm losing. And the doctor said to me, put your other heel down.
No, you look great, Eddie. You look in shape.
Yeah.
You look great.
And
you look wonderful.
You sound fantastic. And that's the thing about you. Go ahead.
I tell my wife I love this. I tell my wife I love it. She says, get off me.
This show sounds fantastic. It's on Sundays, right? Sunday at what time? 9 o'clock, I think. On Access TV.
Yeah. I don't have enough money to get cable, so I got to talk to Eddie on the phone.
8:30, 9 o'clock, Access TV, and it's a glimpse into your world, and it sounds just as dysfunctional as all of our world, and that's kind of what's surprising, I think, is you don't expect that from Eddie Money. You think that the world's going to be perfect and that the kids do clean up and they do take the garbage out, but they don't. They don't. It's just
Right.
like our
I'm
world.
not the only one.
Well, we did a segment yesterday, and all the kids were bowling. We did this big bowling episode, and the kids are really competitive. And I was bowling like Stevie Wonder at night. I was really great bowling. The only reason I bring this up because there was a terrible tragedy at the borderline where the kids go. The kids go and there's 11 kids got shot and got killed.
Right.
In Moore Park, which is only a couple of exits away from where I live.
Wow.
And I was down there, and they had me. I was down there the other day, and they had me sign 3 bowling ball pins, and it raised $15,000.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Just to be signing a couple of bowling ball pins, which was amazing. And you got to remember, we had the fires out here. I mean, I was stuck in my house for like 8 days. The cops wouldn't let you leave the house or go out to the house.
Wow.
And it happened right after these kids got killed at the borderline.
Yeah.
So we had a tough couple of weeks, I got to tell you.
Right. Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh man. So when and what's going on with the musical now?
I got a musical. It's called 2 Tickets to Paradise. It's really a great musical. I mean, I want to see Jersey Boys, and Jersey Boys reminded me so much of the camaraderie that I had with my original band from high school, the Great Surreal. So I came out and I'm going, you know what? I'm watching Jersey Boys, and in the movie, in the play, he loses a daughter to a drug overdose. And I was thinking, we're looking at this play. Well, unfortunately, I had a drug overdose too. I was making so much money, and I took on this fentanyl, which is what killed Prince and killed Tom Petty. But this was like in 1980, 1981.
Wow.
Right.
But I turned around and said, this play reminds me of me and my career. And I wrote the play. It's about me quitting the police department, moving out to California, getting a record deal, having a drug overdose, and at the end of the thing, getting a record deal and having Laurie and the kids come out. It's really a great play.
Wow.
I mean, I put it on in Rochester, and I was going to put the play on soon, but I really don't. With the kids' career right now, and me back doing the shows and everything else like that, and I'm doing a TV show, I don't really have a lot of time for it,
Okay. So do you think eventually though the play will go to every city or at least to Detroit?
I think that the play's going to do really well. I'm going to put my heart and soul into it as soon as I get a minute. I think.
Yeah.
But the most important thing to me right now was just this new record I got coming out called "It's a Brand New Day," and I got to tell you, 10 tracks on this record is like the No Control album. Every song is better than the next one.
Wow.
They're very honest songs, sincere. My voice sounds great. The musicianship is great on it. Just like One More Soldier, the song that I did with Greg. Everybody, they want that song. Are you going to do One More Soldier? And then I turn around and I sell the T-shirts for One More Soldier, and we make money for them. We make money for the dogs and the pets with the
Right.
with the pets for pets.
Wow.
So Brand New Day is the title track from your show, correct?
Brand New Day is the title track from the new record.
Okay.
I'm calling the record It's a Brand New Day.
Okay.
And what was the inspiration for that title?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't need to write a book. I wrote if you listen to the lyrics to the song, it's about me talking about myself and talking about, people that, that aren't around anymore. That's first about losing Bill Graham and another friend of mine. And it's all about, having a wife and having kids. And, I've been singing all my life. It's a very autobiographical song.
Oh,
And
wow.
it hits home. I got Waddy Wittel on guitar, and everybody loves the song. I'm really happy about that. I mean,
You
when
know
I
what?
think about, I got to thank God every day that I'm still able to write. My voice is holding up, and
Right.
things are good.
Right. Well, let's listen to
I wish I
that
was
right
Billy
now.
Joel.
Let's-
I wish I had the money Billy Joel had, but I got the hair anyway.
All right. Well, we are going to listen right now to A Brand New Day, and it's not released yet, right? This is not
Right.
released.
This is like
No,
this
none
is
of the-
cool.
None of the songs.
Yep. So we
No,
get a
none
sneak
of,
peek.
actually, you guys, you're getting these songs before anybody.
Wow.
So,
my gosh.
I'm glad that if people are going to hear my songs for the first time in any city in the country, I'm glad it's Detroit.
Aw, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's such an
Thank
honor.
you so
Awesome.
much.
Awesome.
All right, let's listen to Brand New
I mean,
Day.
Detroit.
Any money.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right.
I don't need to write a book about the chances that I took, all the hearts I had to break. I had to live with my mistakes, all the ghosts that haunt my past, all the dreams that didn't last. Burning candles in both ends, the way to pretend. Watching bad luck take away all my friends. As a boy I never cried, till the day my mama died. After that I left my home, San Francisco all alone. With Eddie, Bill, and Dave all gone, thought I'd put them in my song. And maybe to you, well, it don't mean a thing. It's about my life that I wanna sing. Hey, hey, I'm feeling okay. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day, you know. I'm taking it slow. Gotta say, listen now. Hey, hey, I'm feeling alright. Feeling alright tonight. My memories, they linger on. Some are big and some are strong. Some are happy, some are sad. Some are good and some are bad. Things that can move you and bring you to tears. Minutes, then hours, and days turn to years. I turned the page, I had kids of my own. The time that I cherish, being at home. Hey, hey, I'm feeling okay. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day, you know. I'm taking it slow. Yeah. Hey, hey, I'm feeling alright. Feeling alright tonight. I'm feeling okay. Yeah, it's a brand new day. Brand new day. It's alright now. Yeah. Gonna be a beautiful night. A beautiful, beautiful night. So many cities, airports, and hotels. They'll knock you out, count to 10, ring the bell. It's a God-given gift. I can sing, I can write. Man, I've been doing this all of my life. Hey, hey, I'm feeling okay. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day, you know. I'm taking it slow, so slow. Now listen, baby. Hey, hey, I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling alright tonight. Brand new day.
Wow. Great song.
5. Amazing.
What great song.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I mean, sometimes
One.
you know,
Wow.
Amazing.
What a great song, Eddie. Eddie, what a great song.
That is a great song. That's an
That's a
anthem.
great
That's
song.
an anthem for everybody.
I
Just-
got
just hold
chills.
on. You get through
I got
every.
chills.
Yeah, the lyrics, the story
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
it. You know, the ups and the downs. I mean,
It's
you
your
just-
life, man.
Yeah, well, it's but you know what? It's relatable. It's relatable
Yeah.
to everybody. That's
Right.
everybody's life.
Right.
The peaks, the highs, the lows,
Right,
the
yeah.
pain points. And it's a brand new day. Just hold on because you're going to get to that brand new day. I love
Which is a perfect theme
Yeah.
for your show.
Oh my God, I love it. love
Love
it.
it.
Blown away.
Thank you so much, guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, and just having the fact that it's being, you know, that you guys got a great show. I've heard a lot about the show. Thanks so much for having me on, and to have people in Detroit listen to Brand New Day, One More Soldier, and the new song, Just the Way We Roll. I mean, it's just really, it's a real honor. It's a lot of. I'm really glad I decided to do this interview.
Me too,
Oh,
Eddie.
gosh,
Eddie, we're
thank
so
you.
glad.
The,
And we-
the honor is all ours.
Yeah.
the way we roll, rocks, man. I listened
Yeah.
to it. I was like, "This is so old Eddie money." You're right. It's like old school Eddie. It's so good.
We're gonna
Great tune.
I got to cut in.
Okay, go
'cause
ahead.
if I
Go
let
ahead,
the
Rocky.
two of these, so we're
Okay.
sitting across the table from each other here, and the two of them are just going on.
We're
so
bullying on
I
you.
got. I know. I got to
Well,
cut
and
my
here's
way
the
in
funny
here.
thing: while that song was playing, we were all doing air guitar and
I was playing-
pretending
I
like
took the-
we
I
were
took
in
the
the
bass.
band.
I was
Yeah.
the drummer. I was drumming.
Yeah, and I was doing the tambourine.
Yep.
And you know, we're gonna be putting this video up on YouTube.
Oh, for
just
sure.
so you guys
yeah.
know.
100%.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead, Rocky.
So I do have to ask. Walk me through your writing process. So like when you know, I mean, you've written so many smash hits and, you know, songs that have just like transcended time. What is the process? Like, do you come up with a lyric first and then come up with the music, or does it change like because I know you work with so many different people as well. How does that process work for you?
Well, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come up like a Baby Hold On to Me. I'll come up with the chorus first, or 2 Tickets to Paradise. What would I write Paradise with? Pack your bags, we'll leave tonight. You know, I mean, it's like sometimes you start off writing a song that's the chorus or the verse. Like Brand New Day, I wrote the chorus last because I wanted to explain to everybody what the song was all about me leaving home and my mother passing away, and you know, I mean, it's a really great song. But then I wrote the chorus last. But
Yeah.
But if you songs like Baby Hold On and 2 Tickets, I wrote the chorus first. You know.
Wow. And then did you take those? So you wrote the chorus first, and then did you take it to the band, and then you guys, your musicians, like kind of work it through it, or did you kind of like say, you know, here's how this is going?
Well, you know, when you start writing songs, I mean, I took piano lessons when I was a kid. I had this Dominican nun teach me how to play piano with a cork, with a ivory stick with a cork on the end. And every time you made mistakes, she would smash your fingers with
Oh
this.
my gosh.
Smash your fingers with this rod. I mean, then you look at it, it looked like a bulldog and a hammer. I mean, it was
So
like the
that's the
horrible
secret to
I
success.
learned how to play piano when I started writing, and playing songs on the piano. And you know, I went to junior college like everybody else in the world. I mean, I was very lucky. You know, I mean, I had a great career, and of course, I've had bad things happen in my career, but it happens. It can happen to anybody.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, people said to me, "How did you ever OD?" I said, "How do you think I said it was free." How do you think it was free? Do you think I paid to OD?
Now, I read, or I think it was with the Dan Rather interview, that you said when that happened, when you OD'd and you were in the hospital and you were looking up at the doctors, that all of a sudden on the radio, your song started
Oh, God.
playing.
Baby,
Hold On to Me.
Yeah.
Baby
Yeah.
Hold On. Is that true?
You know, I got to tell you the truth. As God is my witness, that really, really happened. I was
Wow.
coming to in a twilight state, and I'm looking it up with all these people with these green hats on and these green masks on, and 2 Tickets comes on the radio, and they're going to me, "That Baby Hold On, that's Eddie Woody." What do you mean? He's right. He's on the table.
Oh,
I said,
my
wow. And it was
gosh.
saying "Baby Hold On." I thought it was like a bad dream. I
Just-
couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Got
you know
chills.
what's
Wow.
crazy about
That
that is,
actually happened.
Eddie, what's crazy about that, the last time I OD'd, I woke up to music. I didn't wake up to me. So I thought I'd hear me on the radio. That never happened.
Hey, you know what? The good news is you woke up.
I did wait. I never
woke
really
up,
OD'd.
so-
Yeah.
Okay, that was just a joke. Okay, just a little humor.
Eddie, with with that experience, and you know, I know like any successful person, you have to have the lows to go with the peaks, and the pain points and everything else. Was there ever a time when you thought about giving up?
Well, you know, I never really wanted to ever give up because, you know, it's like my first song on the first album. I want to be a rock and roll star. Ever since I was young, I'd sing and hum those crazy songs I heard on the radio. My mother would jump and shout and say, "What's all that noise all about?" And quietly turn it down, protect him, say, "I've always wanted to be a rock star." I was one of the lucky ones that became a rock star. I mean, I did Saturday Night Live. I played with The Who. I was on the road with the Rolling Stones. I mean, like, you know, I came out the same year as Tom Petty. I mean, we did a million shows.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of fun. But then again, you know, having a drug overdose and not being able to walk for an entire year
Right.
and using a walker. I was actually using a walker to get from my bedroom to my music room to work with the legendary Tom Dowd when I was putting the No Control album together.
Wow. And that song we know what they took you to
I've
the
had a lot
hospital.
of ups, you know.
The words to No Control are completely
Now I
that
don't
story,
get
right?
loaded. Yeah, I don't. You know, I tell you, I don't get loaded anymore. Now it's kind of like Life of Betty Ford. It's the Eddie Money Show. You know?
Well, maybe for you, but not for the people in the audience. Because I know we go. My kids go.
I know. I've talked to people. And said there's more people drinking Eddie Money shows than any of the act we have in here.
Yeah.
They love to drink in my shows. You know?
What when you think back of this amazing career that you have and that you're still changing into different directions now and trying new things with the reality show, the musical, what's the best advice that you ever got that just has stayed with you, that maybe was something that you've kept in the back of your mind that got you through all this?
Well, yeah, it's like growing up and, you know, going to Catholic school and having a mother and dad that loved you, but they were not into rock and roll at all, I'll tell you the truth. But I think, you know, the way I was raised, I have very loving parents, because they were completely bananas. When I quit the police department, my father was patrolman of the year, and then I moved out to California. And the next year, I got busted for marijuana plants that my roommate was growing. It wasn't even mine. Then the story of my life started coming out before me. But we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of ups and downs. But I mean, the fact that I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not getting loaded. I mean, I didn't want the kids, you know, growing up thinking their father was like a pothead or an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Or anything else like that. But, you know, I'll tell you, I do my best to stay sober. And, you know, I just, when I think about how high I used, but then again, I never really got loaded when I was working, because Bill Graham was a very tough boss. And, you know, he was out of Berlin in Europe. I mean, he walked out of Berlin with 500 kids and walked to Paris. 250 of them died on the way.
Right.
Bill Graham was my manager. You know,
Right.
He died tragically in a helicopter accident. But,
Right.
you know, I was raised by great people. I had a great manager, had a great record company. I got good friends that are talented, like that includes Greg.
Thank you,
And
sir. Thank you.
it's been a lot of fun. I met Kid Rock, and when I met Kid Rock, I thought he was really super on the obnoxious side. But the one thing I liked about Kid Rock is that he was nice to my kids.
Aw.
He was a complete jerk to me. Which I didn't. He was nice to my kids.
God.
Come on. What's the one thing that you hope your kids really learn from you? And really even and from Lori, too, because you guys have had a successful marriage, which is also unheard of in the entertainment business, over 30 years, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So what's the one thing that you both really want your kids to, when it's all said and done, really to take away from being raised by both you and Lori?
Well, I don't want my kids out there drinking and driving.
Mm-hmm.
Alcoholism, it runs in my family. My grandfather, both my grandfathers were alcoholics. I got a brother that drinks like a fish to this day, and my sisters got their act together. Oh, by the way, speaking of my wife and I, we're going to be on TV this Thursday at 9:30 in the morning. I don't want you guys to miss it.
Oh,
What's he going to be on,
Is
Eddie?
it on Access or?
No, we're going to be on Divorce Court.
Oh, God.
Every time. Dude, I thought
I
you'd
know.
be serious.
I'm
Every
ready to
time.
write it down.
I know.
so that
We're
we
about
can
to like
post
share a
it.
link. And
I'm thinking about this girl's fingers and she's crying and you're
know.
stepping on her hands. You're killing me, dude.
Oh,
Killing me, man.
Oh, gosh. Well, okay, so when is the album going to be released?
The record's going to be released. You know, what they're trying to do is they're trying to put the record together at the same time as the reality shows start again.
Okay.
You know,
when will
now,
that
as far as
be?
the reality show goes, you know, I wish I would have made the reality show like 10 years and 10 pounds ago.
Oh,
I look at myself on TV and go, wow, who wants to watch this? But people think the show was really funny. I mean, I think, you know, maybe it would be
I
funny
think
if I
it's
was
great.
looking at somebody else. I think
It's a great show, Eddie.
Well,
Great
people love to be able to look into, you know, the life with the rock star. What is
Yeah.
family like? And it's I think very interesting for people like us
Yeah.
because it's relatable. You're relatable. Your family's relatable.
Right.
You know.
It's funny to me. I watched
yeah, but I go on.
I watched the episode of you with at the
You know, I
go-kart
got-
races. Remember the go-kart races and Lori rammed into you and your
that's
reaction?
great.
You got up and
Yeah.
said, "I got to do shows.
Yeah, the kid.
I got to do shows."
Well, but the reality show really took off. It was a lot of fun. I guess, matter of fact, they're shooting the reality show over here today, which is a real drag. Because I wanted to have one day where I had to get up and maybe not wash my hair or shave. I mean, the TV crew's going to be over here in about 20 minutes.
What do you do for downtime?
I tell you the truth, downtime, I like to lay in bed and do nothing, which my wife really hates. But I get out there and I play golf. I get out there and I like to play golf, which is a lot of fun. I'm not really a great golfer by any means, but I do like to play golf. I like to go in the studio and record new material all the time. I mean, it's always great to have a couple of songs in your back pocket. And, you know, like they say, like a writer writes always, a writer always writes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Right. Do you?
I mean, I get out there. I'm very happy to. I'm writing a great record. I got a song called, you know, I Don't Want to Be No Western Heroes. Another song called Missing You Blues with Gary Malibu on drums and Waddy Littell on guitar. I mean, I think you guys are really gonna love this record.
And I'm
Oh,
very,
I'm
very,
sure.
very honored to be
Not
on
that
your
anybody-
record.
Yeah. No kidding. What an honor.
Well,
it
Greg,
is.
it's an honor having you, Greg.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
I can do anything for you, and
I know that, bro.
you know,
Yes.
I like to surround myself with talent, and I got to tell you, Greg's a very talented individual.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you so
And
much.
he knows how to
Great.
work a crowd. If anybody gets a chance to go see Greg Stryker, you learned how to work the crowd from me.
You know, Eddie,
There you
I
go.
want to say something to you. We were at Andiamo restaurant, and we did a show together there, and you said to me, "Who am I?" I go, "You're Eddie Money." He says, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Greg Stryker." He says, "Well, don't sing so loud then."
Put
What
you
said
right
to
in
me.
your place.
That's what you
right?
said to me. You said,
There
"Don't
you
sing
go.
so loud." And then you said, "You know how you can lose 40 pounds, Greg? Cut your head off."
There you go. That's some advice. All right. You know what? Let's play The Way We Roll because we get another sneak peek here of an Eddie Money song that has not been released
Great
yet.
song.
So let's
Great
hear.
song.
Yes, because we heard this before the show started. But
It's a funny song. You guys get a kick out of it.
all right, we're
All right,
gonna
we're
play
listening.
it right now. The Way We Roll, Eddie Money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go again. Oh yeah. She says no, I say why. We're going at it like we're never gonna stop. just the way that we roll. Ooh la la, my honey pop. I love you loving me, don't ever stop. Fine legs, no blonde hair. I'm like a kid in school, my first love affair. You know I love you, I know you love me. Put down the paper, don't believe what you read. Sometimes we get crazy, it ain't always fun. Hell, she might have popped me if I'd have put her that gun. I didn't mean it. Say it is so. Gotta believe it. No, I never know how far she's gonna go. First she's running out, then she's cold. It's just the way that we roll. I didn't mean it. Say it is so. Gotta believe it. No, I never know how far she's gonna go. First she's running out, then she's cold. Oh no, I didn't mean it. Say it is so. Gotta believe it. No, I never know how far she's gonna go. First she's running out, then she's cold. It's just the way that we roll. Come on, baby. Just the
We
way
got about
that we
5
roll.
seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Woo!
it's a great song.
That is a
Great
great song.
man.
Thank you.
Love
now,
it.
Now, I just want to
Thank
know,
you.
is Lori going to write one from her perspective?
I love the verse. How do you know you call 911? Maybe
Hey,
I was that
more
sorry,
cowbell.
Work.
You know,
More
she called-
cowbell.
They get-
Uh,
yeah.
okay.
They
I
said to
had-
me, why did you? They said to my wife, why did you call the cops on your husband? She said he came home.
I really want to hear her version of the song. Oh my gosh, all three
I
of
know.
these songs are
Yeah.
amazing. I can't wait for the album. It's called Brand New Day, and it's going to be released when the next season of Real Money comes on, right?
Yeah, sometime I want the record out within the next couple of months. I hope so. We'll see what
Okay.
happens.
Okay, fantastic. So pay attention to that, everybody. And then Real Money is on Access TV, and it'll give you a glimpse inside the life of a rock star and his rock star family, really, and a dysfunctional
Well, you know, with
family.
Now listen, guys. If you do Google Access TV
Right.
and put in your zip code, they'll tell you how to get. They'll tell you if you go to Access TV and put in your zip code, they'll tell you how to connect to the station.
Okay,
Excellent.
great. And one more thing, because we do have to wrap it up. And again, thank you so much for giving us your time, being
Thank
so
you.
generous
Thank
with
you,
your
Eddie.
time.
Love
But
you, brother.
Eddie, what is your definition of success? How would you define success? Hello?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, if you hear about having people know who Mick Jagger is, or people know who Elizabeth Taylor is, and I mean, having people know who Eddie Money is, it's like, what more could you ask from good God Almighty? That
Right.
have people recognize that I have their name, that I actually put out music, and I actually did something, and I'm, just a good American kid. That I mean, I love my fans, and I just appreciate the fact that somebody up there likes me and made me famous. I mean, I always wanted to be famous, but I got a lot of friends of mine that I hang out with that aren't famous. But that doesn't mean I still don't go to their shows or hang out with them.
Right.
I mean, I don't hang around with a bunch of people that are really big. I hang around with my friends.
Well, I think the fact that you figured out what it was that you really wanted to do in life and you pursued it no matter what, and you stayed with it and you continue to reinvent and try new things, that is the definition, I think, of success.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you want to look up success, you're going to see Eddie Money's name right there.
Well, to me, success is something that involves a lot of talent, a lot of hard work. But then again, it's a gift. God has granted me the success that I have. My health. My kids are pretty good. By the way, my son's name is Dez Money. DEZMONEY. You can Google him and check out his music. It's actually really good.
Great.
Excellent.
We'll have to have him on the air, listen to his music, and have him call in.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we could do that for
He
sure.
would. He would. Believe me, he would love that. He would just love it.
We'll
All
make
right,
that happen.
We'll
make
have
that happen.
Greg,
for sure.
or Guy here hook us up. Anything else that we should have asked you, or you wish we would have asked you?
We talked about the music, and we talked about the camera, but we can really cover an awful lot of ground. Thank you.
Yeah, we did.
Do our best.
If somebody could call up somebody in the 80818 area code for me and find me somebody that can fix this barbecue, I'd appreciate it.
I'm sure we can make that happen. I think Brett would go out
Well,
there.
my wife just got the whole kitchen repainted and everything else like that. So I haven't been even able to talk. This first day I got a chance to have a bowl of shredded wheat with hot milk because the kids and I were starving. And besides that, we had a mandatory evacuation because we were at the Woolsey fires.
All right.
There was fires all over the place in California.
Right.
Which is really
Right.
something.
Crazy.
And it was day after day after losing those kids at the borderline shooting.
Yeah, that
So
was
it's been a
horrible.
tough couple of weeks, and I think it's been a very refreshing, good time talking to you guys on the air, making me feel good about my music. I'm gonna have a great day. Thanks, you guys.
Well, you're truly an inspiration for
Yes.
anybody pursuing a dream because it's what it takes. It's the ups, downs, and everything else, and you haven't stopped. You figured out what you wanted to do, what your calling was, and you did it no matter what. And that's the inspiration, and that's what this show's all about. So, on that note, I want to say, don't forget, sometimes the only mode of transportation available is a leap of faith. Thanks for taking a leap of faith, everyone, and thank you, Eddie Money.
Thank you,
Thank
Eddie,
you
so
so
much.
much, Mr.
Eddie,
Money.
thank you
And
very
thank
much,
you, Greg
Ed.
Stryker.
Thank you, Ed. Love you, man.
Thank
right.
you. We had a really fantastic time, and you guys have a great week. And by the way, Merry Christmas, huh? Thank
Oh,
you.
Merry
yeah,
Christmas
you
to
too.
you as well.
You too.
All right, Ed.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, guys.
All
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, listen, Greg, how are we going to get this thing?
We're still on the air, but
Yeah.
no, we're
No,
not.
not-
So yeah,
we're not.
I sent you the link to your text.
We're gonna post.
We're gonna
this.
post it, and I'll send you the link to your
It'll-
text so you can see it all.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, you'll send them the
Oh,
post
yeah.
too.
You need
So
to-
Yeah, we'll send it all
we'll
to you.
have it. We're
And
gonna
I
send
can
the
tell my
video.
friends.
We'll get them the video too.
Right. There's a
Okay,
videotape
I
too.
I thought you guys did a wonderful job. I really appreciate your professionalism. Everybody's
Oh,
really
thank
on
you.
top of their game today.
We've
I'm
been
very happy
we've
with
been
everything.
very nervous.
You don't. Yeah, you have no idea how nervous we've been.
I'm nervous talking to you, and I know you.
All of us were so nervous. And Greg kept calling me all morning. I'm like, don't call me. I'm trying to rehearse. I'm researching. Leave me alone.
I can't
So
believe
nervous.
you gave us 3 songs off the album. They're
I
great.
Yeah,
know.
we feel
Amazing,
so
yeah.
honored.
And
Amazing.
I think I have to say, Brand New Day is definitely going to be
The way that
Yeah.
we roll is my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh no,
Love it.
Yeah, I like Brand New Day.
I love
And
it.
One More Soldier. I mean,
Well,
that,
yeah,
One
that's
More
the
Soldier.
emotion.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
partial to
Yeah.
One More Soldier too, Eddie.
All right, Eddie.
Right,
So
right on. Well,
we're going to
I'm very
send
happy.
you, Greg.
Okay,
you'll
guys.
send him the link.
We really appreciate it. We'll stay in touch, okay?
All right,
Everything
thank
you
you.
need, cool.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
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 He's so